Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Josh and Artemis Show.
Yeah, the feds are lying. The feds are lying.
The feds are lying.
We all knew this, of course, but it looks like the feds are actually lying.
Mm-hmm.
Big drop from Candace Owens. We're going to discuss that tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good show, guys.
Can't wait. Okay. Yeah, so before we get into this.
Yeah. Just like, share, subscribe, follow us on X, all that jazz. Leave a comment with your thoughts during the live stream if you want. But yeah, we'll get straight into it.
Done. Okay. Let's share our screen then, guys. So this came out maybe an hour or two ago now on Candace's show. So big drop. Big drop. And it kind of destroys the FBI story, really. Mm-hmm. So confirmed, Charlie Kirk's neck did stop the bullet and it was shot from the front, but it was not from a 30-06 round. It was a smaller round. So
it wasn't the rifle, obviously.
It wasn't the rifle. It wasn't the bullet. And it probably isn't Tyler.
Not likely.
Probably isn't Tyler. So let's play Candace Owens. She can tell us all about this in her own words. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I'm telling you this 100%. Charlie Kirk was shot from the front, and the bullet did not exit. And at least a fragment of the bullet was recovered from his neck. That leads us, obviously, to the part that he's maybe not being forthcoming about. They did not recover a bullet from a 30-06. They didn't recover a bullet from a 30-06. It just didn't happen, okay? If they had found a 30-06 bullet, Charlie's death certificate certainly would have reflected that. In suicide situations, as just one example, medical examiners feel free to chime in. I've spoken to quite a few, but when the gun and the bullet are known, they are reflected onto the death certificate, okay? There is not one reflected onto Charlie Kirk's death certificate. But I can say that I have positively verified something about the injury that Charlie sustained to his neck that I think is going to go a very long way in terms of helping those of us who have been sleuthing, those of us who want answers, those of us who are dedicating our time to this, because what we are being told by the authorities beggars belief, as John and Arena Mappin said. It just simply beggars belief. This is about the injury, okay? So Andrew Colvett was, I can tell you, telling the truth in part when he wrote that very long tweet in which he tried to explain why there was no exit wound. Do you recall this? Long story short, he said, I'm going to read it. I want to address some of the things that the lack of an exit wound, about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize that this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet absolutely should have gone through, which is very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc., but it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it.
Yeah, and to me, it's crazy how people actually believed Andrew Colvett's statement as well. So they genuinely believe that that bullet went through, like that Charlie Kirk genuinely stopped that bullet is completely insane for anyone to believe it then, but even more so now. How can you still believe that? And if you don't believe that, then it means that you don't believe the FBI story. And it also means that Tyler wasn't the shooter.
Yeah.
So why is he still in police custody?
Yeah.
Why is he still being held?
It's a great question.
And clearly the FBI have had this information as well. They know that this isn't the bullet.
Of course.
Right?
So this doesn't go with their narrative that they want to spin.
So what they're doing is they're trying to pin this on Tyler, and they're basically they're trying everything to get a conviction because they need this to be him.
Yeah. Because it suits the narrative, because he had a trans boyfriend or whatever. But if that's not the truth, then it's just not the truth. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care if this person is trans or not trans. We just deserve the truth. And it was pretty obvious that it wasn't a bullet from a rifle, a 30-06 bullet that has gone through steel, literal steel, not a man of steel, but literal steel. It was quite obvious, and we were just being played. But people are smarter than that, clearly smarter than the FBI, to see with their own eyes that this was not going to be possible. What will they do now? I don't know. But they have some explaining to do, and we deserve to know who's shot Charlie.
For sure. Let's just play.
I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too. In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable, miraculous. Now, keep that up for just a second because it's really around here. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel that we just went, something's not right. Something not right.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff's not right. I just don't know why a surgeon would be saying something that actually only the medical examiner, somebody that specializes in forensics, could really contribute. Yes, a surgeon can tell you, or actually any person with common sense can tell you that your bone density is better when you're younger. But this seemed a little bit too performative. Now, I can tell you the part that he is telling the truth about is that Charlie's neck indeed did stop the bullet without question. Okay. And this is going to dispel a lot of theories that are out there. And I'm telling you this 100%. Charlie Kirk was shot from the front and the bullet did not exit. And at least a fragment of the bullet was recovered from his neck. And I'm going to tell you exactly where it was recovered from. I have fact-checked this information from multiple sources now. I've actually been sitting on this for a little bit over a week. Right around here. So think about almost in line with your shoulder blade right in the center. Now, why is that helpful? Because it gives us a bullet trajectory, okay? It went in here where you saw that, and it was stopped, and a fragment was pulled from, think right, if you're just touching your spine in line with your shoulder blade. That leads us, obviously, to the part that he's maybe not being forthcoming about. They did not recover a bullet from a 30-06. They didn't recover a bullet from a 30-06. It just didn't happen, okay? If they had found a 30-06 bullet, Charlie's death certificate certainly would have reflected that. In suicide situations, as just one example, medical examiners, feel free to chime in. I've spoken to quite a few. But when the gun and the bullet are known, they are reflected onto the death certificate, okay? There is not one reflected onto Charlie Kirk's death certificate because they did not recover a bullet from a 30-06. Hunters and military men rejoice. It turns out that common sense still rules the roost, okay? You guys were right. You were absolutely right. And this is why I hate politics, because it requires us to submit to the idea that we were all somehow born yesterday, that it really can just, life really can just be a Marvel comic with people that are, I guess, a DC comic where there are men of steel that are able, because they're young, to stop 3,000 pounds of energy that is coming at them. That didn't happen. So where does that leave us, guys? Well, the part that is now extraordinarily suspicious is that Andrew is claiming that he had a conversation with the surgeon who offered up the idea that it really was just your modern Christian miracle, that Charlie was just young and his bones had a lot of density, which made him stronger somehow than a Cape Buffalo, enough push-ups and asparagus, and you too can stop 3,000 pounds of energy coming at you. What are we to make of that? What are we to make of the fact that Charlie did not do that, actually? It means that he was shot with a completely different kind of gun, obviously, okay? The kind where this would make sense. that it didn't cut through him, the kind where it would make sense that outside of an artery effectively exploding from the front, there was, his neck didn't explode, which that particular weapon that they were trying to tell us Charlie was killed with would have gone through about 7 necks.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I just can't believe that people bought into that FBI story.
Yeah, or that they've been silent since. Like
Yeah.
the FBI have been silent since.
Yeah. But also,
no update.
Yeah, and if you didn't believe the FBI story, you're a psychopath. That was like the story for the past 2 or 3 weeks now. If you don't believe what the FBI are telling you, you're a psychopath. But we all know, because everyone with a brain, everyone with eyes, everyone who can do 2 minutes of research knows that that bullet wasn't the bullet what killed Charlie Kirk.
100%.
And now it looks like it's confirmed that it's not. So what does that mean going forward? What does that tell us? It tells us that the FBI have lied to our faces. It tells us that Tyler isn't the shooter. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it tells us. It tells us Tyler isn't the shooter.
Yeah. And then it also begs the question, well, then who is? What kind of gun was it? And why are they so hell-bent on pinning this on Tyler? And what are they trying to cover up? What are they trying to cover up?
Not just cover up, but what are they trying to manipulate? Because what did they do with this FBI story? They came out, they said it was this bullet, they said it was this gun, they said it was this shooter. Tyler has a trans boyfriend. He's one of his furry. He's in this furry thing as well. I don't even know what you'd call it. Is it a cult?
A fetish?
A fetish? A cult?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah.
But, and then at the same time, they've allegedly found bullets with Antifa on there, with trans kind of stuff on there. So clearly they're trying to paint this into a story which is a left, woke fucking lunatic with a trans boyfriend.
Was Antifa stuff on the bullet?
There was some sort of there was like Antifa stuff. There was some trans stuff on there.
Is that actually, Josh Hammer came out with more.
Oh yeah, that text message. Yeah, we might bring that up today
on the
actually.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
About the Zoom call.
Yeah, there's people.
And the other person in the group chat said, "Good luck with the Antifas."
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Weird coincidence.
Weird coincidence.
Again, another weird coincidence.
I mean, we
can bring that up though.
Yeah, we'll bring that up. But again, it's another weird coincidence to add to the long list of what's happened with this assassination. But the way I see it is the FBI are clearly trying to manipulate a narrative where it's a far left lunatic. And why they're doing that, it's to create more division. The midterms are coming up. Midterms are coming up in America. They need everybody more divided than ever. Because if people start to, look what happened before the assassination. Everyone was questioning Trump. He was losing a lot of support from the right. Everyone was questioning about the Epstein files. This happens. All that story goes away. Within a few days, I think it was the same day or maybe the day after, Kash Patel basically closed the Epstein files.
It was the same day.
It's not a fucking coincidence, is it?
No.
It's not a coincidence at all. You've got to look at things like what's happened, what's happened, what's gonna happen next, and look at the timeline and look at the play. Look at who's involved. Look at the players involved. Like this is it's such an op. Like this is a massive op.
Well, yeah,
it's clear as day that this is an op. Clear as day.
Well, and what we were going through yesterday about the FARA registration, that was filed on the 29th of September. So there's a lot that's happened since Charlie's assassination. Like with the documents that we brought up yesterday it was all about pro-Israel propaganda, targeting through ads, websites, promotions. So if you're searching something, pro-Israel websites will come first on the top searches. They want to use influencers because weapons are evolving through social media like X and TikTok. They're going to be hosting events and participating in events, all for pro-Israel stuff. I mean, it's a lot of strange things that have happened since Charlie's murder. And yeah, in this message, that's why when you said that Antifa was on the bullets, this person in the chat said, say hi to your Antifa friends.
Yeah.
Just popped in my head. Interesting.
Yeah.
Another weird coincidence out of this like 10,000 piece puzzle that we're trying to solve. It doesn't make any sense, but
I'm just pleased because it feels like we're getting closer and closer to the truth now.
Oh,
it really does. Now we know that the bullet, what the FBI have been telling us, isn't the bullet.
Yeah.
It also shows that Tyler isn't the shooter. Those are two massive changes to the FBI story.
Mm-hmm.
Massive. It's going to be interesting how people try to spin this, because you know they will. They'll try and spin this. Somehow they'll try and spin this. I don't understand how they can.
Yeah.
What?
Well, because this one, this clip that we can play, she talks about Tyler Robinson, right?
I think that's just the same clip, but shorter. Just yeah, I mean, play it and see.
Yeah, we'd hear a very recognizable sound of a rifle shot, but I'm telling you that Charlie wasn't hit with that rifle. And there is not a medical examiner's report or a death certificate which will stipulate otherwise. It doesn't exist. So what exactly are the feds building their case on? Vibes or sheer corruption? Because I'm thinking it might be the latter. And who would be the person that can make that fit? Look, I did receive a tip, and guess what? There was another person in this never-ending brand new cast of characters that was also involved in this story, and this person in an email insisted to me that this is somebody that we should look further into. That's the medical examiner. It is a woman named Dr. Deidre Weiss Amaro. Deidre Weiss Amaro is her name, and she blew in from California. She was announced as the new state medical examiner in May of 2024. I'm sorry, from Missouri. I think she also worked at some point in California, and she was announced as the new Utah medical examiner, state Utah medical examiner in May of 2024. So I'm interested in learning as much as I can about this medical examiner. I'd like to know more about this medical examiner. And
let's see it now. Let's bring her up now. What's her name? Dr.
Here, ending brand new story. Further into, that's the medical examiner. It is a woman named Dr. Deidre Weiss Amaro.
Deidre Weiss. Weiss will be W-E-I-S-S.
Mm-hmm. Weiss.
Amaro.
Could be butchering this name right
Will
now.
she be on X? I doubt it. Just Google it. Just type in the name and just type in Utah medical exam doctor something. Yeah, that's her there. What's it say? I mean, this is just—it's not going to be anything good, is it? It's just an article about her, I guess. But meet the new state.
Oh, okay, there we go. Fox.
Here we go. I guess, can we play that? Is that a video?
A postmortem examination is a very physically demanding job. And so that part of it feels like an honest day's work to me, like manual labor. But then I do that, and then I have to sit down and think about everything I've seen, all the records I've read. I have to interpret the toxicology results. I have to put it all together to try to come up with the most reasonable cause of death. And that's really cool.
It's also really busy. Last year, almost 8,000, or about 35% of the deaths in Utah were investigated by the Utah Office of the Medical Examiner. The staff of about 50 handle the deaths deemed suspicious, sudden or unexpected, violent or traumatic, or merely unattended by a physician. The new chief medical examiner, Dr. Deirdre Amaro, moved to Utah from Missouri a couple of months ago, tasked with overseeing all that effort.
Every cause of death determination is a medical diagnosis, and every medical diagnosis is an educated guess, which is part of why we have to spend all our lives in training so we can be more educated to provide better guesses.
With the complexity of coming up with those educated guesses, Dr. Amaro says her job is not at all like the CSI shows. No quick and clear answers.
I do enjoy watching them just because my brain can completely shut off because it's completely not realistic at all.
She says the unrealistic aspects have a lot to do with all the collaboration, being thorough, and the time that takes. Her office has worked to reduce that time. As a result, they've recently been accredited by the National Academy of Medical Examiners.
To meet those standards, we need to have, I
Bit
think
of a
it's
snooze
90%
fest,
of
this,
cases
isn't it?
done in
Bit of
90
a snooze
days,
fest.
and we are on track with that.
Utah is one of few states with a statewide medical...
Type in her name, but type in like controversy or something like that. Or type it, yeah. Just copy a name, type it in on
Yeah.
Google.
Oh. Okay. Why is it going to Bing?
Then type in controversy or something. See if there's anything.
Pressure. Okay.
I don't think there's going to be anything.
I don't know.
Okay, uses she, her pronouns. Is that the same person? The individual found the bullet during the autopsy is Utah's chief medical examiner, Dr. Deirdre Amaro. Public sources refer to her with she, her pronouns and do not indicate she is transgender. Well, anyone who uses pronouns is a red flag for a start.
Hilarious.
That's a little bit of a red flag. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have a look and see if there's anything in future about this
Is
woman.
this
But
August?
yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, wow. It's like open the metadata.
I mean, Grok's woke, so it's not going to say anything.
I'm just curious. No, I don't. Oh, I put it as expert.
Anyway,
Damn.
who cares? Who cares?
Grok fail.
Who cares?
But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on what Candace Owens has said? And what do you think it means going forward?
Well, I think that there'll have to be some kind of update because the FBI has kind of stayed quiet about this. And I think they're just hoping that people will just accept the narrative. But clearly, most people online, from what I've seen anyway, do not. Several here and there, yes. But the main, in the main, people are not buying it. And it is just, it should be just a huge wake-up call to people that we're being lied to about many different things. It's not just this. This is just the latest. But we've been lied to by the government, by the FBI, by who else over and over again, and we can't just go based off their words, especially when things are so obvious. Like when you see the bullet, the 30-06 bullet, it's like 3 inches long. Like there's no way a human body would stop that bullet. If it can go through steel, we don't have a chance. Okay.
I mean,
so even just that.
Can we bring up a video just to remind people of what this bullet can do?
Yeah.
Just to remind you of how ridiculous the FBI story is. We'll play like a video, I guess, of this bullet and what it can do. But yeah, MJ in the chat, nice to see you. Massive red flag. Nothing scientific about gender ideology. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's I mean, we all know it's horseshit. it's complete horseshit. But yeah, thanks much for your comment.
Yeah, good.
Well,
all right. Hopefully we pulled up a good one.
after weeks of waiting, I finally got it.
Bring up that one.
My Weatherby 307 Range.
Oh yeah, this one. This one was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen it before.
that's one I was
These are
hoping
cow
for, but I
finger.
didn't know how.
The damage to that.
Okay.
As thick as my neck. Then, well, we figure if we're gonna test a human vertebrae, why don't we use a cow vertebrae that we might just like fold in half if we can, if not, tape it up, because I think cow vertebrae is a little bit stronger than human. We'll find out. Next, we figured, why don't we get real ridiculous and bring out the cow femur. And I finished too. Let's get to it.
Okay, so that's the pumpkin.
Well, next,
Destroyed.
Yeah.
in half, 2-3 inches thick at some of the bigger parts. Brian was telling me that. Hey,
Jesus.
so as you can see, the cow neck vertebrae stood no chance.
Didn't stand a chance. Yeah.
Ripped in half, and as you can see, even clean through, damage straight through the cardboard. Again, and you can see how thick this bone is, guys. It's almost 2-inch thick. Straight through. No problem.
Yeah. We're supposed to believe it.
In
Charlie
half. Take a cow femur, but for anybody that says, wow, there's no meat. Again, cow femur, bunch of beef, thick tape, and then we're gonna move up to the steel. Here we go. Well,
Damn.
well, we can't. Everything exploded. All right, let's check it out.
Jesus.
Pause it. I mean, I'm watching this back. We've seen this before, like a couple of weeks ago when this guy first brought out of this clip, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, how did the FBI expect us to believe this? Like,
This is why, like,
how do they expect us to believe that?
this is why, like, last week when we were talking about this on the show, we were saying, like, there's no chance that Charlie stopped this bullet. When you watch these videos, like, there's a lot of other people who have done similar things as well, but he would have been blown to bits. Like, his head would have popped off. Like, it would have been even more horrific had he been actually shot with a 30-06.
It probably would have taken
Like,
his head off. To be honest.
It probably would have. Like, because that was a cow femur. Like, you know, they're a lot more dense than human bones. And so we wouldn't stand a chance as humans. Like, it would be everywhere.
Mhm.
And it would have been like a massacre, like right there. Like, so the fact that they want us to believe,
Mhm.
yes, that is the bullet, that is the rifle. You know, it was a miracle from God. No, it wasn't, because you're bullshitting. And that's not even the real bullet that shot him.
But also, I think it was crazy how people actually believed it, because, you know, as we know, this is America, guys, and everyone or most people are gun enthusiasts.
Yeah, not everyone.
Yeah,
but it
you
is
know,
a lot
not-
more
yeah.
common for sure.
But there was people who probably have shot these guns, probably who know what these bullets can do, and they were going along with it. They were completely buying into it because the FBI and Trump told them to.
Yeah.
So they're morons, right? They're just little sheep, little morons who basically just do whatever Trump or the FBI tells them to do, and they've got no minds of their own. but all it takes is 1 fucking minute of critical thinking and research, and it debunks everything. It debunks everything what the FBI are trying to tell us all, you know? And I just don't get how people can still believe it, you know?
Well, I think people are starting to wake up, to
Yeah.
be fair, like, to their credit. I don't think everybody's a moron. I just think that
I'm talking about at the time. You
yeah,
know,
I think
like,
people just wanted to put it to bed, but it's not the right
I know, but now
killer.
because people have seen these clips and stuff, more people are realizing it. But at the time, there was people who genuinely believed it, and they genuinely, without question, will go along with the FBI story and the FBI's version of events.
Of course.
But only a couple of weeks later, only a couple of weeks before, they were calling them corrupt because of the Epstein stuff. And then a couple of weeks later, this happens.
And they're praising Kash Patel.
They're telling the truth, guys. Like, you cannot make it up. You can't make it up. And this is why people sometimes, you know, we're also easily manipulated at times. When something like this happens, a tragic event, you know, there's
emotions.
Yeah,
involved.
there's lots of emotions. People are in a state of fear. And these people know that. And this is why they can get people to believe most things, you know?
Yeah, well, you know what my question is? Who did Erica Kirk forgive? Certainly wasn't Tyler.
Great question.
Like
Great
a
question.
week after Charlie's death, and she's already forgiving some ghost because this person doesn't even exist right now because it's obviously not Tyler. Who the hell was she forgiving? You know, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to make of Erica Kirk, but or TPUSA.
Why don't you just go there?
Well, I'm just saying I don't know what to make of it because honestly, like, it doesn't make sense. She forgave somebody before they were actually convicted, and I'm just not buying it. Like, and you know, we brought up on the show, I think 2 days ago now, I think it was Tuesday's show, where the church, Dream City Church in Arizona, where they host all the TPUSA events, created an AI voice of Charlie Kirk saying, like, from the afterlife, saying like, I'm here because I'm with Jesus or something and I'm fine. Like, it was so sick and twisted that it has me thinking back to the show that Erica did with Andrew and these 2 other guys, because I don't remember their names, sorry. But when she made an appearance, it was on a Friday, and they were saying how much content they have of Charlie Kirk and how they're so excited. And I'm thinking now, looking back, because hindsight's 2020, like, is it going to be real content or is it going to be AI generated? Like, how will we know what he actually, like, what's the actual truth? Like, there's a lot of weird crap going on, and I don't know what to make of any of it. But honestly, the more as time passes and the more that the truth is coming out, the more shady things that we're like stumbling upon with TPUSA. Like yesterday, about halfway through the show, our show kind of went down a rabbit hole because we were just uncovering all this stuff about TPUSA. And like, it's just getting weirder and more confusing and further and closer to the truth, if that even makes sense.
We're getting
like,
closer.
But it's like in some ways it feels like further, and then some ways it feels closer because, you know, even just what we uncovered about TPUSA, it doesn't really make sense. Like, there's things that don't add up. Well, and them boasting about all this content, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm buying it. Like, I don't know if I will believe that that's actual content from Charlie Kirk because of what that church that they're affiliated with has just done. You think the pastor, who's probably getting paid by Israel, by the way, again, catch our show from yesterday, but that's one of the churches on the list. And so how do we know where they got it from? Like, where did they get this AI footage? You think that the pastor did it on his own? Probably not. Was it from TPUSA? Did they have people who generated this AI for the church? Like, a lot of questions unanswered, but it's a lot of weird, shady shit. And I don't know what to believe anymore. Got Rick Roberts in the chat. Good to see you.
Rick. Good to see you, mate.
They designed the distraction. Oh, 100%.
Like when you actually look at like it play out
Mm-hmm.
on the assassination, like we had George Zinn, that bald guy, the bald
Pulled his pants down.
yeah,
I get it.
the guy who pulled his dick out and said it was him to distract everyone. You've got multiple weird people in the crowd as well, which look really suspicious. You've got the bullet,
multiple decoys.
Yeah, you've got decoys. You've got the bullet, which apparently killed him. Now we know it didn't. You've got a shooter on the roof, which apparently took the shot, and apparently that was Tyler. But now we know it wasn't him because this isn't the bullet.
No, so that person was just a distraction on the roof.
The whole thing is a distraction, like Rick was saying there. It's all designed to confuse everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've said, you don't know what to believe. That's all by design.
Of course.
It's all designed to like make people question everything. It's all designed to make people follow every kind of theory. And there will be truth in these theories, but there's also a lot of untruths as well. And that's what they do. They put these bullshit things in there to discredit the actual truth. They've been doing this for fucking years, man.
Yeah,
they've been doing this for years.
But weeks ago we said how there was probably multiple people in the audience and in around the building that were purposely plotted there as decoys, and we were only just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Now,
and also they paved over the crime scene.
Yeah.
To confuse us even more. To confuse us even more. That's like another thing they do.
Because they don't want people to actually be nosy and look into this stuff, right? We just should all follow the official narrative and shut up and move on.
But it's also like it's also an online distraction as well, because there's obviously countless bots who are sending abuse to people, or bots who are trolling somebody because they're questioning the story of the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just the crime scene what was suspect and shady. You've also got the online fucking manipulation as well. So it's like a double.
Definitely.
You're getting screwed from both sides.
Yeah. But has anybody else noticed that, like, Charlie Kirk, TPUSA, like all these things connected to the assassination haven't even been trending? If you look at what's trending for a few weeks now, even though we don't have a convicted murderer, Tyler's still in custody. What happened to George Zinn? Because we know he got taken into custody, but like that was obviously just so he couldn't talk to the public and to the media. He was inaccessible.
Of course.
Because he's popped up at multiple events across the country over the years. He seems very dodgy, very shady past. But there's all these things that we're like not supposed to connect the dots. Like, what if they convict Tyler and give him the death sentence? I don't believe that he's done it. And why, where is this investigation going? Because on an episode of Redacted as well, there was this woman, she was trying to help get Tyler a lawyer pro bono, and they wouldn't even allow any communication with Tyler in custody to give him a pro bono lawyer. So what does that tell us? Like,
well, it tells us that they're trying to rig the case.
Of course.
That they're basically going to give him a lawyer who's been corrupted.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Rick, with another comment. Has anyone interviewed the bodyguards who were passing something off to each other, or ask why none of them had blood in their hands? Yeah, Rick. We talked about this on the show last night, I think, or maybe the night before. How there's been a lot of people now who have come out and questioned what you just said there, because when you actually watch the footage, like you said, Rick, there's no blood anywhere. There's no blood on clothes. There's no blood on hands. And then we've also seen the footage when I think it's like 4 or 5 security guys, they're carrying him to the SUV, and there's no blood on the floor. There's like nothing.
Yeah,
there's
nothing.
There's nothing, and it makes no sense. But then it also ties into Candace Owens. I think it was last week. She said she was shown the footage, which shows him being, from the back. I think the footage which the TPUSA or the security guards took, and she was shown that footage, and she even said there's no blood as well.
Yeah,
And she said
so-
it was weird to see because she was expecting blood,
Blood.
but she didn't see
There
any.
was
So
none. It's very
so
strange.
yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to make of it, but it's really weird that we don't see any blood anywhere. I don't really know what to make
You
of it.
expect
because,
some.
yeah, I don't really know what to make of it because we saw the footage, we know he was shot, we saw the blood, but then there's no blood
Where did
anywhere.
it go?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
We got Stephen A in the chat. Good to see you. They are always lying.
They are.
Psyop Patsy. No blood whatsoever. 100% we agree with you.
100%.
It's definitely a major psyop, but what they're selling, we're not buying. Like, there's too many cracks to the story, and this is what happens when you tell lies, and you're not saying the truth, is that eventually you can't keep up with all the lies, and the truth will come out because you can't carry on all of these lies. And people, they just think that the public are like idiots and that we're all stupid and we'll just go on and believe the narrative and not ask a single question. However, they underestimate the public, and a lot of us have questions, and we demand the answers because we want to know the truth.
Yeah. And, to me, it's just weird because the FBI clearly know all this. The FBI clearly know that that wasn't the bullet that shot him. The FBI clearly know that it wasn't the person on the roof, which we've all been told is Tyler. And we've all been told that that's the guy who shot him. And that's the guy they have in police custody right now. That's also the guy which we've been told that he confessed to his parents.
And
that's how the FBI apprehended him, is he kind of admitted this to his parents. That's the story from the FBI. And then they arrested him.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, there's multiple lies here.
Yeah, because that was a lie. He never did confess to his parents.
Yeah, but there's multiple lies, and the FBI clearly know all this, but yet they're telling us a lie. So how can people believe them at this point?
Yeah. Didn't he have on a white t-shirt? Yeah, you would think that would turn red. Because most of the public lives inside their own little bubble. It's true. It's true. I do speak to people who, they don't keep up with any news because they're like, oh, I just can't. There's just too much. I don't keep up with politics. I don't keep up with the news because I just can't deal with it. Like, I get that all the time from people. But I'm like, well, it's important. You need to keep up with it,
I mean, how can't you be interested in this? To me, it's like it's the biggest story for years.
Yeah.
It's the biggest story for years, and we need to know the truth. We need to make sure that we're told the truth, and we need to make sure that the right person is responsible for this. Right?
Yeah.
And Candace Owens, she made a great point on her show. I think it was yesterday. She said, if you're a Christian, how can you possibly live with yourself that you would be comfortable of executing the wrong man?
Yeah.
And I'm not a Christian, but for me, it's just obvious that you want to make sure it's the right person. And if there's any doubt whatsoever, and clearly, even if you don't fully believe Candace Owens, you can't deny that there's definitely doubt here. There's definitely reasonable doubt that Tyler isn't the shooter. There's reasonable doubt there. So I don't get the story. I don't get why people genuinely believe it's him. What I think it's because people want it to be him because he's a leftist.
Yeah.
Or
who has a trans boyfriend. It fits the perfect narrative.
Or he's got a trans boyfriend. And this is what I'm
engraved bullets.
Yeah. And this is what it all comes down to me. It's all about dividing us all again. Like I was saying before, the MAGA movement, it was kind of fractured at the time. You had the Epstein stuff. You had Trump's ties with Bibi as well, which was getting called out a lot too. And then this happened, and it kind of brought the MAGA base together.
Yeah.
Like, he needed everybody back on side. And I'm not trying to say that Trump did this, okay? I'm just trying to say what I've noticed in terms of the change in the political landscape since it's happened. And you can't deny that it's kind of brought the MAGA movement together.
Yeah.
You know, there's people putting their differences aside to come together, you know, for Charlie. You know, that's all we've heard for the last three weeks, for Charlie. You know, that's literally all we've
It's
heard.
what Charlie would have wanted.
Yeah, it's what
Charlie said this.
Yeah, so that's literally all we've heard for like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So to me, it's obvious that they've used this, or they've manipulated the situation to bring people together.
That's why his memorial looked more like a political rally than an actual memorial for Charlie.
It was a PR statement.
You know, and that's also just sad and in poor taste, in my opinion. You know, let's see. Can't trust anything that ever comes out on the news. Stop watching TV. It is MK Ultra for the masses. Yeah.
It is a mind
true.
control.
It is true.
I also think social media is as well. Even X, I think that's like a mind control thing sometimes too. I really do.
Greatest show on earth. Candace Owens or us?
Yeah, I mean, I hope you mean us, Stephen.
Us, of course.
I hope you mean us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, we'll leave it there, guys, I guess. We've been going on for 45 minutes now.
It's the greatest show on earth. Ours.
Ours is.
Ours is. Okay.
Well, it's not. But
it's actually not confirmed.
It's not, but according to Stephen, it is. So I'll take Stephen's opinion. Definitely.
No, we'll take it.
But yeah,
you know,
thanks.
We'll do our best.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for tuning in. It's a good show. Some big information dropped. So what do you guys all think about this?
Yeah, we'd love to know all your comments. I mean, all your comments. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day. We'd love to know your thoughts and your opinions. And, you know, were you ever a person who believed the FBI narrative until you saw some cracks in it? Did you never believe it? Do you still not believe that this is what's come out is not the truth and you believe the FBI narrative? We'd love to know. You know, we can all have civil discussions here, even if you don't agree with anything we've said. You know, we're all people at the end of the day just trying to discover the truth.
For sure. And yeah, we've had 100 in the chat tonight. So it's been a good
show.
Good show. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
We will be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, as usual. So we'll bring you, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of fallout from this. There's going to be a lot of people not knowing what to say, a lot of people trying to twist this round, a lot of people trying to call Candace Owens and others crazy, as usual. So we'll probably bring you all the reaction from tonight and tomorrow as well. And if there's any more news, of course, we'll bring that to you as well.
Yeah, tomorrow, Friday night show. So, you know, buckle up and hang out with J&A. But yeah, for everybody watching, mostly on X tonight, please like the show. Give us a follow on X. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, of course. Leave a comment, like I said, of your thoughts. We always read the comments. We reply to them. You know, even the not so nice ones, we reply to them. It's all good. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely.
Bringing you more news.
See you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy.
Take it easy.